come on in because we are here for Ready Love Make a Move. And we are on what episode is this? This is season 1, episode 9. We on episode 9 called Don't Call It a Comeback. Don't Call It a Comeback. And for all y'all been watching me all season long, you know why I'm happy today. You know why I'm happy? Because Maurice is back. Maurice is back. And y'all, I'm so happy. Where are all my buddies who was rooting for Maurice, for Sharice? He's back. He's back, y'all. Now we talking. Now we talking. So we're going to talk about Maurice coming back. We're going to talk about Ashley. I hope ain't nobody out here feeling sorry for Ashley no more. I really hope there ain't no one out here still feeling sorry about Ashley. And some of y'all owe me an apology because when I was telling y'all about Ashley by episode 2 and telling you who Ashley's really for, which is herself, I got a lot of haters down in the comments. I hope y'all owe me an apology. I apologize when I'm wrong. So some of y'all need to apologize to me about Ashley because I know ain't nobody out here feeling sorry for her no more. We're going to talk about Zadia fumbling. I know y'all don't think Cam likes Zadia. He does. So we're going to talk about Zadia knowing the difference between a man who says he's busy and doesn't like you versus a man who says he's busy because he really don't like you. The difference between one that likes you and one that doesn't like you that tells you he's busy. The difference between Kirsten and Cam. And I think I might give Zadia a couple of tips because Zadia don't know how to close no deals. She don't know how to do nothing. So I'm going to give her a couple of tips this video. And then we're going to talk about Vernisha's statement. That's what we're going to start talking about first. We're going to talk about Vernisha first. First of all, Vernisha got on here because Tamika sent her back out on a date with a Lizelle. And she got on here talking about, don't play with me. You can't play no player. A player can't play a player. Girl, Vernisha got played. Vernisha got played. And I talked about this on my last video. I talked about laying down with snakes. I talked about don't lay down with men like Lizelle because they've been doing this way too long. I told 36-year-old women, don't be getting down in the mud, slithering on the ground with snakes like Lizelle because they're professionals at it. They've been doing it a long time. And in the end, Vernisha got played by Lizelle. She got played. She talking about don't play a player. Second of all, that whole statement about don't play a player can't play a player. She got played, and I thought Vernisha was supposed to be a stay-at-home mom. I thought Vernisha was supposed to be a homemaker. What is Vernisha? See, this is the problem all season long, y'all. This has been the problem all season long, that Vernisha wants to say that she's a homemaker, that she's domesticated, that she's there to tend to her man and care for her man. But then on the other hand, she's out here calling herself a player. It don't add up. It don't add up. And I'm telling you, I done figured Vernisha out this whole season. I know why Vernisha ain't with no man. Once of all, I believe exactly what Vernisha just said. A player can't play a player. But the problem is, Vernisha actually thinks she's a bigger player than some of these men out here in the street. And she's actually getting played by a lot of men. Vernisha thinks she's the player because she's running around with tight clothes and nipples. But she don't understand she's getting played by all these men. She's getting played, but she thinks she's the player, y'all. You know, Tamika tried to tell her. Tamika told her, hey, I sent you out on another date with Mizelle as a learning lesson. Did y'all catch that when Tamika said that to her? As a learning lesson. Because what Tamika really wanted to do was Tamika wanted to say, you know what? I think Tamika sees in Vernisha what I see in Vernisha. And I think what Tamika wanted to do is, how is this girl going to learn her lesson? Because she's been doing this for a long time and she ain't learned her lesson. She ain't learned her lesson. So I think what Tamika did was Tamika said, I'm going to put Mizelle back in her face. Not because Tamika thought her and Mizelle could have a go at it. Because Tamika knows Mizelle is a snake. Any woman with any bit of dating experience and a little bit of head on their shoulders, a little bit would know Mizelle is a snake. And Tamika knew Mizelle was a snake. And Tamika said, you know what? Maybe I'm going to rub Vernisha's nose in it just a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna let Mizell really take her out. So maybe she'll learn her lesson. Maybe next time she won't go after the Mizells, which she went after him. She definitely went after him. Maybe when she gets embarrassed, maybe when it ends so badly, maybe she'll learn her lesson. I believe that's why Tamika sent her out with Mizell again. But when Tamika said, "Did you learn your lesson?" I don't even think Vernisha learned her lesson, because Vernisha came away from the date thinking she had the upper hand, talking about a player can't play a player. Did y'all see Vernisha's expression on her face when she asked Mizell, "Are you still interested in Sharice?" And Mizell looked at her and said, "I sure am. Can you give her the message?" I mean, to tell you, Vernisha's look on her face was like one of horror. She was stunned. She was embarrassed. She was a lot of things. She was a lot. She was not expecting that. And then you know what raised up in her? Her anger. And then she started talking about, well, if you like what you see, you should have been talking about what you like, what you see. No, he's a player. All he wanted to do was feel on that booty and then maybe suck on those nipples. That was it. Vernisha got played. She can say whatever she wants to say. She could tell me whatever she wants to say. She can give me any excuse in the book. She could say anything. I know what I know, what I know, what I know. I know what I saw, and Vernisha got played. Mizell played her so bad, he said, yeah, I am interested in Sharice. In fact, I was hoping it was going to be her here on the date and not you. Woo, 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 woo. But Vernisha walked away with her head held high, talking about a player can't play a player, like she was getting rid of Mizell. Nah, Mizell been doing this too long, too much. He's 55 years old. He's been doing this probably since he was 20 years old. He's probably been doing it to a lot of women because, like he told us, he's never been in a relationship more than 3 years. 55 years, 35 years of dating, and you've only been in a relationship for no more than 3 years with, and only 2 women who you've been in a relationship for 3 years, which means you've had a whole lot of short-term relationships. You've run through a whole lot of women. You've been slithering around here a whole long time. If y'all haven't watched my previous video on the Mizell video, I'm gonna leave it at the end of this video. You can watch it. But he's way too much for Vernisha. Vernisha thinks she runs things out here in the streets. I could tell. I done read Vernisha. Vernisha better switch it up. She's too old to be doing this, and it's not going to be a good look as she gets older. It's not going to be a good look as she gets older. She tries to pivot on back to Tabari, but she don't like Tabari. We know she don't like Tabari because Vernisha likes a dude, I think, just like she says, that she can play. I think Vernisha is just exactly what she says. I think Vernisha is a player out in the streets. And I do think she tries to lure men in. She's a vixen. She tries to lure men in with the sexuality, the body, the dress, just like I said. And then she wants to try to play them. But I think what happens to Vernisha a lot is she gets played out here in these streets. She really, really does. Because these men aren't dumb. These men are, Tabari ain't dumb. None of these men are dumb. She started asking Tabari, what do things look like going forward? She wants Tabari to chase her. She want all these things to happen. Tabari takes her out to this restaurant and stuff. She goes, well, is this what our dates are going to look like all the time? No, your date's going to look like horizontal. That's all Tabari's interested in, horizontal. Because Tabari's over here talking about you look like a very spiritual person. Tabari, he was trying to ask her a question. And once again, Vernisha didn't have no answer. She said, well, I don't really like to talk about it much. We know you don't, Vernisha. Vernisha don't have too much conversation about anything in depth. Nothing in depth. All surface level. Well, I'm spiritual and, I just know my walk with my own God, but I don't like to talk about it much. Well, he's just trying to get you to talk about something, Vernisha, at this point in time. At this point in time, people are just trying to get some type of conversation from Vernisha. He says, well, what you going to do going forward? She says, well, I'm just going to put myself in a position to be accommodating to my man. Vernisha knows all the right things to wear. She knows all the right things to say. But in the end, all this over here is not what lines up with who Vernisha is. This is why I'm telling you, I know why Vernisha's relationships go bad. Because who Vernisha presents right here, what she says, I want to be accommodating, I'm a homemaker, all this other kind of stuff. It doesn't line up who Vernisha is in the end. I think Vernisha is exactly what she just said she was. And what she just said she is a player. A player can't play a player. And I believe Vernisha. Vernisha's a player. That's exactly what Vernisha is. But she don't tell men that up front. She tries to lure him in with the homemaker. I want to be accommodating to you as a man and all these other things because she thinks that's what men want to hear. And then she lures him in with that because the men think I'm getting a sexy woman who's also domesticated and who wants to be a homemaker. I done hit the jackpot. I done got the woman in the streets but a freak in the sheets. That's what he's trying to think. And she probably attract a whole lot of jealous men because let me tell you something. Men don't want women when other men are lusting after them. Men want attractive women. They want other men who admire them for the woman that they have on their arm. But they don't want men continually lusting after their woman. No, because there ain't no man trying to be out here fighting other men out in the street all the time. They want an attractive woman. They want a woman that presents well. But they don't want a woman that is basically uses sex and sexiness to lure men in all the time. Nah, not 24/7. Every outfit doesn't have to fit like a glove. Every outfit don't have to fit like a glove. Ain't nobody telling her to run around like me in big old sweatshirts. But every outfit does not have to fit like a glove. Tabari said, let's take a leap of faith. And Vernisha rolled her eyes all the way in the back of her head. Okay, homemaker. She rolled her eyes in the back of her head. But when they saw each other at that last dinner, and she was mad because he didn't text her till 6 p.m. And he said, well, you know what? You might need to get used to texting me too. Tabari, no, that's not what a player does. A player don't text you. A player don't. What is Vernisha offering but words? Vernisha ain't offering nothing but words, y'all. If you really break it down, what is Vernisha offering? Nothing but words. Tabari said, I may need some phone calls from you too. I may need something from you besides just words. You ain't gonna get nothing, Tabari. Nothing. Vernisha need a whole new game plan, y'all. She need a whole new game plan. I done learned a lot about Vernisha doing this Make a Move. A whole lot of information about Vernisha doing this Make This Move. And I may not know everything about her. I'm not claiming I know everything about her. But I know enough to have figured out what her dating dilemma is. And if she want to fix her dating dilemmas, if she want to really meet a man she can settle down with and marry and do whatever she want to do, I don't know what her goals are. Whatever this game plan she got going on right now is not working. It is not working. People get mad at me all day for being the one that says it. But somebody need to shake some sense into Vernisha. Tamika tried to shake some sense into her when she put her down and rubbed her nose into that mess she got into with Mizell. But even then, I don't think Vernisha, because Vernisha got a lot of pride. Vernisha's stubborn, and Vernisha got a lot of ego. And let me tell you, people with a lot of pride who don't know how to humble themselves, who got a lot of ego, and who likes to puff out their chest, they don't learn. They don't learn at all. But you know who has learned some new stuff? Sharice. Kudos to Sharice. I'm proud of Sharice. Because when Vernisha came over there and delivered that message, says Mizell says he still wants to go out with you. And Sharice said it's a hard no. Bravo to you, Sharice, because Sharice has learned some lessons. I'm going to say this whole season, who I was thinking, who's going to really learn? Is anybody going to learn any lessons this whole season? I was thinking Sharice wasn't going to learn no lessons when she got rid of Maurice before. I was like, why is she getting rid of Maurice? That's her best choice. She ain't learned a doggone thing. But lo and behold, Sharice done made me proud. Sharice has made me happy because Sharice has finally figured out that Maurice is her best choice. And let me tell you, I know she was going to try to, do a little rendezvous over here with Nick, the man with the flat top. What was that group with the flat top? Are flat tops still in? I know I'm old, but I thought flat tops went out a while ago. He over here with the flat tops. We used to call that look he got, the flat top and the big old muscles, a jar head. That's what we used to call it, jar heads. But anyway, I was thinking, don't tell me Sharice is going to go back to her old ways and go on over here with Nick, the big old muscle guy with the jar head, and she going to pass up Maurice. Because let me tell you something. I told y'all from the beginning that Maurice knows how to talk. Maurice is a lawyer. Maurice is an attorney. I ain't never met no attorney that don't know how to speak. Lawyers got all kind of conversation. Most of the time, I'm telling you, trying to shut up an attorney because they love to talk. They love to talk. They typically do have some very good conversation. That is if you're the type of person who likes stimulating conversation. What's that thing when you're attracted to people who have stimulating conversations. I forget the name of that. Sapiosexual, is that what it's called? Something like that. Um, that's attorneys. Attorneys don't always like to talk about nonsense. They're serious-minded people. They like to have fun, but they're serious-minded people. And Sharice was sitting over here thinking she wanted to just have, you know, nonsense conversations with Maurice. But Maurice says, no, I'd rather eat my food than to have a conversation like that. But now we see that Maurice has been calling Sharice every single day, which means he's been talking to her every single day, showing up every single day. And he got conversation. He got a lot of good conversation. And once he started talking on camera and he started loosening up on camera, he was spitting that spit to her, talking about how beautiful she was. He says, your inside and your outside is beautiful. He says, you confident, you know what you want. Obviously you a good businesswoman. Sharice was licking her fingers, eating it up. He was saying all the right words. He might have waited a long time to start speaking, but once he did, he was spitting all the right words. She said she was hoping this blind date or whatever it's going to be was going to be Maurice. So when Maurice was sitting there, she was smiling from ear to ear. Sharice was happy. She said, after I done gone out with all these other busters, Maurice is definitely number one in my book. She said, did you miss me? And Maurice gives Sharice just enough. He don't give her too much. He don't give her too much. He says, well, I thought about you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because Sharice wanted to lick her finger on it all day, but Maurice gives her just enough. He devours Sharice just like he devours that food, one bite at a time. Let's start with the appetizers. I ain't giving you everything up front, Sharice, because I'm going to make you work for it too. He said, you and we can sit together all day and talk about nothing. He had me rolling, y'all. He had me cracking up. He said he know how to work Sharice. He know how to work Sharice like a defendant on a witness stand. He said he gonna take it slow, he gonna go deep, and by the end he gonna unravel her. He said the ice princess is gonna get thawed by Maurice. She gonna drop that guard. He said I may not say a lot, but I do pay attention. Woo, woo, woo. I love it, Maurice. I love every bit of it. And after he said, I may not say a lot, but I pay attention, he bit that lower lip. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch when Maurice bit that lower lip? I was rolling on the floor. She said, what you gonna do with me? What you gonna do with me? He says, a lot. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm really happy Sharice came around, y'all. Really, really. I'm so happy she came around. I'm so happy that it looks like she's changing some of her standards. Because remember, she didn't like Maurice because Maurice had kids and all these other kind of different things. And she 43 years old running around talking about she don't want no man with kids or is divorced. I'm glad I'm glad she realized that those type of standards at her age really weren't protecting her. They were actually holding her back. I hope these two make it. I really, really do. Maurice got the means. He got the style. He has the conversation we're seeing now. He's got the personality. He's the type of man that could fly into Miami. He's the type of man that could fly her back from Miami to New Orleans. I could see these two having a good relationship because I can also see that Sharice don't necessarily need to be up under a man every day, all day long. I can see that too. I can see that Sharice really don't need a man around her every day, all day long. I can see them building a relationship long distance for a while. I can see that eventually as they grow closer, that there could be a case to be made for Sharice to move to New Orleans. I really do. Or at least start spending half time in New Orleans, half time in Miami. I could see it all. I really could see that this could play out to become actually a very stable relationship. I hope it does. I hope finally Sharice has met her man. But poor Zadia. What am I going to say about Zadia, y'all? Zadia, first of all, I want to say this, because I know that a lot of people out here think that Cam does not like Zadia. And I told you last week I completely disagree. Because there are many busy men out in the world. Very many busy men on their grind. And there is a difference between a busy man that isn't making time from you and the man like Cam. Because I really want to put this in perspective. One of the things I heard Zadia say was that this is her 8th date with Cam. Now remember, not only is this her 8th date with Cam, Cam has also come to many of events, birthday parties, whatever. Now remember, they've only been filming for 30 days. 30 days. The fact that she's had 8 days and 30 days basically means she's had 2 dates a week, plus all these other appearances coming to birthday parties and other type of little filming at the house. She's actually gotten a lot of Cam's time. I know every time Cam walks in the door, he says, I'm tired, I'm busy, I got a lot of things going on. And I believe him. He's probably been seeing Zadia. This might be their 8th date. But he's been filming and been in this process a long, long time and a lot going on. Some people may say, then why did he show up? Why did he sign up for the show? Why did he do this? I could agree with those people. I could say, well, if you didn't really have time for the show, then maybe you shouldn't have signed up for the show. Now, that I can agree with 100%. But what I don't agree with is that Cam doesn't like Zadia. And do I think him and Zadia slept together? I sure do. I absolutely think that they did. But I don't think that's the only reason Cam likes Zadia. And I think one of the reasons why Cam is so stressed out is because he likes Zadia. A man that don't like you ain't gonna be stressed out over whether you want to see him and he ain't around. Please, he is not stressed out. Is Kirsten stressed out? No, not one bit. Kirsten is not stressed out because he don't really like Ashley. Okay? There is a difference between a person who is busy like a Cam versus a man who is busy but don't want to make time for you. Women better learn the difference between the two men, because if you're getting them confused, then you might be missing out on some good men. I know Zadia went out with this Richard guy because now she's figured Cam don't have no time for her. I'm going to go out with Richard, the principal. Well, maybe the principal will have more time. He going to have Easter break. He going to have Christmas break, Thanksgiving break. He going to have a whole summer break. Maybe that is more time. He going to get off at 4 o'clock every single day, and then he can have time for Zadia. Maybe that does work better for Zadia. Maybe the man with the teacher schedule where they go in at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, they're off work by 4 o'clock. I know they got a little work afterwards, 4 or 5 o'clock, but they off by 6 at least. Okay, and then they got Easter break, Thanksgiving break, summer break. Maybe that's a lot of time for Zadia. Maybe that's the guy that Zadia needs, because right now I'm telling you, Zadia is not built for a guy like Cam. But there could be a woman that is. But Zadia ain't built for a guy like Cam because she don't know how to work with a guy like Cam. She really doesn't. Cam keeps telling her that I'm going to be ready, prime, and ready in a year or two. He likes Zadia. I'm telling you, he likes Zadia, but what he's saying is, there ain't no way I'm going to be able to keep this woman happy for 2 years before I'm ready. That's what he's saying. He already knows I can't keep her happy. I can't keep her satisfied for these 2 years before when I'm ready to happy, even though he likes her. And I thought that the advice that Tamika gave Cam was bad advice. I thought it was bad advice because what Tamika was telling Cam to do was to lie to Zadia. See, Cam has been honest with Zadia. He's actually told her the truth. And I actually admire him for that, because what he's saying is, I do like you, but I also I'm thinking about your best interest, and it looks like you are unhappy with my schedule, and I don't want to hold you back. That doesn't mean he doesn't like you. What he's actually doing is he's actually caring for you. He's telling you, hey, you may want some things in life, and I understand that, and I understand I can't give them to you now, but I don't want to hold you back from what you want. I don't want to hold you back from what you want right now, and I know I can't deliver it. I'm being honest with you. I don't want to be one of them lying guys, because there's a lot of guys who would promise Zadia the world, tell her, yeah, I'm going to spend all this time with you, I'm going to do all this, and then they don't do any of it. They overpromise and underdeliver. And what Cam is saying is, I need to manage your expectations. And what Tamika was telling Cam to do is, if you really like her, then you need to start telling her something different. What? Lie to her? So if I really like her, you want me to start lying to her? Nah, I don't agree with that. It is Zadia's job to be able to understand the truth. It's not my job to start lying to you so you feel better. It's for my job to be open and honest with you. So yeah, you still can make the best decision for your life, but I'm not going to be called no liar. I'm not going to overpromise and underdeliver. And Tamika said, either you are playing with her and playing with her emotions, or you're really in love with her. And he's like, nah, I'm not playing with her emotions. I'm not playing with her emotions. I agree with Kim. He's not playing with her emotions. If he were doing that, she wouldn't even had 8 dates. If he was really playing with her emotions, she wouldn't have had 8 dates. He wouldn't be here filming with her. He'd be doing what Kirsten is doing. That's what you do when you really playing with a girl. Cam ain't run up on no other woman in this house. He ain't talked to no other woman. He ain't looked at no other woman. He ain't been trying to entertain no other woman. He ain't been trying to rotate through the room like no other woman. Nah, he laser focused on Zadia. But what Zadia wants, because Zadia is over here exercise science major, Zadia need to get some hobbies. She need to get something to do. Whether or not she sticks with Cam or not, right? Because they got this whole long distance thing going on. Even if she goes back and she dates in Washington, D.C., Zadia needs to get a life. She needs to get something to do, because I don't know how Zadia got all this free time her damn self, to be honest with you. She may like this new guy. What's his name? Richard, because he can banter back and forth. He said he got a lot of teacher time, principal time for her. He got winter break time. They bantering. He's like, I like the fact that you can pick up a book and you can read and you got self-growth and you got all this other kind of stuff. Maybe that's the guy she needs. Because I don't know if she's ready for a guy like a Cam. She really ain't ready. Cam is telling her the truth. He said, I'm telling you the truth. I'm laying it out. You might need to process it. Zadia talking about, I'm confused. What you confused over, Zadia? Because you ain't getting what you want? Like I said, Zadia only looks at herself. She only looks at what she wants. She doesn't look at the other person's point of view, and that's why she gets confused. See, you get confused when you can't put yourself in the other person's shoes, when you don't understand what they're saying, when you don't understand their world, because all you're doing is focusing on your world. That's why she confused. And Sharice don't like Zadia, you can tell, because Zadia was, when they was all sitting together and Zadia was telling her story about what Cam told her, and told her maybe she needs to process it. Maybe you need to process it while I eat this food. Sharice told her that's because he don't really want her. He playing her. Sharice don't like Zadia. So Tamika, she convinced Cameron to go in there and lie to Zadia after Zadia came back from changing into her new outfit. And she convinced Cameron to go in there and lie and say, hey, I want to go on this journey with you, hang in there a little longer. Because I told you, he does like her. He says, I want to go on this journey with you, see where this can go, even though he's starting to promise some things he promises he ain't going to be able to keep. But I want to give Zadia a few tips on how you date a busy man. I really feel like she don't even know how to do it. She don't know how to navigate it. It's funny, you see a lot of people out here in the world talk about the type of guy they want, a guy who's got multiple businesses, a guy who's got multiple streams of income, a guy that makes a lot of money that can be the provider and the protector and provide you with a soft life. But they don't even know nothing about that man's life, and they don't even know how to fit into that man's life. Let me tell you how you fit into the life of a man like Cam, who's busy, okay, who likes you. Now, this ain't no tips for a man who don't like you, okay? If he don't really like you, don't be doing none of these tips on these men. Don't be doing none of these tips I'm about to give you, ladies, on those men. Because if he don't like you, there ain't nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. But if he likes you, I'm going to give you a few tips on how you fit in the life of a busy man as a girlfriend. Not as a wife. Because I think women they've gone from when they used to do everything from a man to now they don't do nothing for a man. There's no in between. They done gone from the days when women was doing too much for a man to now the time where they don't do anything for a man. They need to find a middle ground. Women need to find a way, if you with a busy man, how to make yourself useful to that man, how to make yourself an asset to that man's life, but also get some things for yourself. Tip number 1, listen, when you a girlfriend, you don't want to always be doing wife stuff because you're not a wife. So you don't want to be doing wife stuff. You don't always want to be cooking and cleaning and doing things for a man because you are a girlfriend and not a wife. So I know sometimes people say, well, you should be cooking him dinner, doing all these other kind of things. Be careful with that. Don't be cooking too many dinners as a girlfriend. You can cook a dinner so that he knows you know how to cook. Absolutely, you should be doing that every once in a while. But that shouldn't become your routine because you're not a wife, you're a girlfriend. But let me tell you a little version of that. What you could do is you could say, hey, I'm going to the grocery store to get myself some things. Do you need me to pick you up anything? And let me tell you what that does for you later. One is you go to the grocery store, you're shopping for yourself because you would have been shopping anyway. And then when you are, you're helpful to him because you're picking up some items for him. And then what happens is when he sends you the money for his items he wants you to pick up, he sends you extra money. The next thing you know, you're getting yourself some things too. That's how you do it. That's the winner right there. I'm going to the grocery store. I know you're busy and you don't have time to go to the store yourself. Do you need me to pick you up some things? Yeah, I do. Okay, just send me the money. He send you $100, and you get a $50 worth of stuff for him, and you get the other 50 for yourself. Guess what? You seem helpful. When you done something nice for him, you come in, you put it in his refrigerator. It's a winner. It is a winner. Same thing. Same thing. When he busy, you like, oh, you want to do something? No, I'm busy. Okay, I'm gonna go out with my girlfriend Kelly. We're gonna go to the restaurant, have a good time, have a few drinks, have some dinner. I'm going out with Kelly since you gotta work. Since you gotta work. And then when you're at the restaurant with Kelly and Lisa and whatever all your girlfriends' names are, you call your man from the restaurant and you be like, hey Cam, how you doing? I'm just calling to say hi. Yeah, I'm still at the restaurant with Kelly and Lisa. We still having something, we still here eating, having a couple of drinks. And then you ask him, you want to buy a drink or a round of drinks for all the girls? So let me tell you something. When you at dinner with your girlfriends and you put your man on the phone and he say, hey, everybody say hi to Cam. Cam will be like, let me buy all y'all. You girls look like you having a good time. Let me buy you girls a round of drinks and make sure y'all take care of my girl Zadia. That's how it happens. Next thing you know, you got free round of drinks and he ain't even there. Or you say, hey, you want me to bring you something home from the restaurant? You say we up here at wherever you go eat, wherever the Cheesecake Factory, right? Y'all don't like going to Cheesecake Factory out here in these TikTok videos. Let's say you at the Cheesecake Factory. Say we at the Cheesecake Factory. You want me to bring you anything home from the Cheesecake Factory? He go, yeah, bring me this, and this. And he send you the money over to bring him something home, and then they pay for your dinner too. So when all your other girls paying for their own meal, you done bought your man something and you something, and he paid for both, and he ain't even there. But guess what? You look like you was giving him a treat. You was doing something for him. You know he ain't it. He's like, you call him, but you say, I know you haven't eaten nothing. Let me get you something. Don't Cam got a dog? He got that dog, Taz, that dog. That dog probably be at home by himself all the time. He may not be going out for no walk, not going out for no run or nothing. Zadia, she a fitness trainer. She like to go running. She be like, you know what? I'm about to go running. You want me to come pick up Taz and take him for a run with me? He'd be like, really? You would take Taz for a run? Yeah, I come pick him up and take him for a run with me. I'm running anyway. That's how you look. Now you look like you helpful. But you know what? All them moments I just described to you, guess what you be doing? You be seeing your man. You be spending time with your man. But you would also be contributing your man. And then your man can keep making his money and he can keep paying for your lifestyle. Zadia too busy worrying about herself. Take me out on dates. Sit across from me and talk and spend a bunch of money on me. That's all she want. That's all she want. Take her out on fancy dates, pay for dinner dates. Ain't nobody out here trying to pay for $100 dates 2 times a week, 8 times a month. Ain't no man trying to spend $800, $1,000 taking you out all this time. Just like she said to Cam, maybe if I stop seeing all these other guys and drop them, that'll be more dates for us. And he said, no, it won't. Absolutely no, it won't. You're not getting no more than 8 dates a month, Zadia. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you sitting home doing nothing. You're not getting 8 dates a month. 8 dates a month, Zadia? Who's getting 8 dates a month? Wise ain't getting 8 dates a month. I guarantee you it. Why do you get 8 dates a month? $100 dates. He ain't making all this money to spend his money on you. She better learn how to make herself useful in people's lives. Maybe when next time she go get a pedicure, she can be like, oh, I'm going down here to Nails R Us and I'm going to be getting me a pedicure. You want to meet me over there? Yeah, you need your feet done? Come meet me over here. My appointment's at 2 o'clock. You want me to make you an appointment too? Yeah, come at 2 o'clock. I'll meet you. Then he pay for your pedicure and his pedicure. Zadia don't know how to work it with a man who's busy. She really don't know how to work it. She gonna fumble the ball every single time. I'm telling you. Anybody who is in New Orleans and come across Cam, girl, you better hit him up. He gonna be ready in 2 years. 2 years. Shoot, I would start a working Cam now. Within a year, I have a proposal. I would have a proposal. If you really like him and you want to be with him, 2 years, he said he gonna be prime and ready. You better work him now. In a year, you have a proposal. You start planning, you're ready. Then in 2 years, 2.5 years, you be married. Right on time. 2 years is a perfect amount of time to be married. It's a perfect. I don't understand why him saying I'll be ready in 2 years seems like a long time. What? That ain't no long time. That's an engagement within a year and married within 2. That's perfect timing. But Zadia too busy out here. She one of these people who gone from doing nothing for a man to want a man do everything for her, and she ain't giving nothing. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zadi don't know how to make no man fall in love with her. She think going out on dates and wearing cute outfits is how a man falls in love with you. And giving him sex on the first date is how a man falls in love. Nah, that ain't how it happens. It ain't how it happens. But yeah, I left Ashley for last place because that's where she is for me in last place. I don't see how anybody could feel any sad for Ashley. And we see next week she about to get into it with Don's family, just like she got into it with Alex from Ready to Love's family. I told y'all, I saw the video, and Alex's family don't like Ashley, didn't like Ashley, and now we see Ashley ain't liked by somebody else's family. Ashley sure likes to present in the world that she's this giver and she's out here for everybody. Ashley's out here for herself. I said it. I said it in episode 2 or 3, and I got crucified out here in these comments. But I hope everybody sees it now that Ashley's for herself. She out here trying to play Don. She out here playing Don. Like I said, I don't know what Don is. Is Don an actor? Is he a fool? Is he what is going on with him? She out here talking about his loafers. Please, he ain't said nothing about them nails, and she talking about his loafers. Get out of here, Ashley. Ashley out here talking about she want a man that's going to fight for her. Ashley out here trying to see who's the biggest sucker. Who can I get to do the most for me? Because like I said, Ashley's all about herself. Who can I get to do the most for me? That's why Ashley keeps, every time Kirsten comes back with a little Hershey kiss, some weak ass chocolate and some flowers, she's back to receiving because that's what Ashley likes to do. Ashley likes to receive, receive, receive. She don't care about nothing else but getting something from you, extracting from you. And her speech is the same thing with every man. What you gonna give me? What you gonna give me? What can I take from you? What can I take from you? Ashley talk about she's a giver and she gives other things out here. Ashley don't give nothing to nobody. Ashley only gives to get. I told y'all that in episode 2 and 3. I figured Ashley out. And I don't see, everybody keeps saying, oh, Ashley, low self-esteem, Ashley unhealed and all this other kind of stuff. Ashley out here just trying to get over on a whole lot of people, get stuff from people. And then what she finds out later on is maybe some of these people ain't got nothing for her to get. And then she gets mad and saying she was taken. Nah, because this little tactic she got trying to make Donald jealous with Kirsten of all people. Please. Both of these men need to walk away from Ashley. Let's stop talking about Ashley walking away from the men. Please. At this point in time, these men need to walk away from her. She up here telling Donald, I'm going to need some swag from you. I'm going to need this from you. You got to be kidding me, y'all. You got to be kidding me that Ashley's over here browbeating Donald. She don't respect Donald. She don't respect Donald one bit because she would never talk to Kirsten like that. She would never sit in Kirsten's face and tell him, I need some swag from you. I need you to change the way you dress. She would never tell Kirsten that. Not at all. Not one bit. She already talking about you act like you come into a business meeting. She disrespectful. She don't respect Donald. She don't respect him at all. Now we see the little mean, nasty side of Ashley, just probably like what she did to Alex too. Just like once she found out she couldn't get from him what she wanted, what she didn't like, then she went on a whole circuit for 2 years talking about him on YouTube. And now we see how she's treating Donald when Donald has done nothing but try to bend over backwards for her. And this is what she's giving him. But then fool Kirsten who shows up every other day or who shows up every 4 days with some flowers and chocolate and a fake card talking about kindly Kirsten. Kindly, that's what I write to my colleagues and co-workers at work on these Christmas cards I'm going to be giving out. Kindly. She talking about she wished it was more passion and excitement coming from Donald. Donald need to walk away from her. I'm flipping from Ashley need to walk away from Donald or Kirsten to saying these two need to walk away from her. Donald said, I'm tired of all these games Ashley playing, talking about trying to pit me against another man. He said he tired of all these games. I'm tired of them too, Donald. I'm tired of them too. And when you gonna say no? I hope in the end, Donald says, no, I ain't interested. I hope in the end, Donald says to Ashley, I'm not interested. But this episode was good, y'all. What do you think? Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I thought it was really, really good. I had a lot of fun watching. I'm actually enjoying Make a Move way more than I enjoyed Ready Love. I'm going to tell you that right now. I really enjoyed Make a Move more than I enjoyed Ready Love. I like this format better. I think we really got to know the people a whole lot more. I guess we got one more episode to go to see what the final decisions are. And then after that, I'm going to be moving on trying to do some reviews for some other shows. So if y'all got any ideas or suggestions, I can't do a whole lot more shows because I got a 9 to 5. I got a job. but I think I do have room to replace this show with another show. So let me know down in the comments, y'all, because I might can only choose one other show. What shows y'all watch that maybe I can do reviews for, and I can join you guys over there. That's it, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.